Ever wonder what happens when 4 backyard barbecue cooks take over a restaurant for a day? Let's head inside and take a look. Hey guys, welcome to Mad Scientist Barbecue. I'm Jeremy Yoder. I'm here at Canyon Joe's restaurant in Lincoln, Nebraska, a place I've never been before. I, along with a few friends of mine, are taking over the restaurant for one day. We're cooking our own menu of food, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully, a lot of people come out. So today we're using 2 different pits. First we have this 500-gallon offset, so this is right in my wheelhouse, very comfortable with this. And then we have another big smoker behind the fence over here. But to do a walkthrough of this pit, it's probably best if you get it from the guy who actually built it. So I'm gonna hand the reins over to Michael. He's one of the guys here helping us today, and he's done a lot of work to make this possible. So he's gonna give you a walkthrough of the pit and hopefully give you a sneak peek of what's on the pit today. All the beef got cooked on this yesterday, and today we have a few other things that we're cooking that are kind of shorter cooks, and he's gonna walk you through it.
Hi, I'm Michael. I built this 500-gallon dual axle offset smoker. Built it in my garage, which was a ton of fun. The chamber is 500 gallon and the firebox is a half of a 250 gallon. My favorite part on the smoker is these handles, somewhat modeled after the infamous Fat Stack. They had very similar handles. I do love them, made by an older Romanian gentleman that is very skilled. Used it for a couple of years, absolutely love it. It was great, and as much as I love it, I wanted it to go somewhere where it could be used as much as it deserved to be. Canyon Joe ended up being the one to buy it from me, and I just could not be happier with where it went and the food that's being cooked on it on a weekly basis.
Right now we've got a few sausages on there, a few racks of spare ribs, and in the back we got our turkey breasts. All of them were put on about 6 o'clock this morning. We've been chugging along ever since.
Before we move on, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, ZBiotics. As you guys know, I live in Kentucky. It's the heart of bourbon country. And if you're a bourbon connoisseur or you like your craft beer or whatever you like to drink, ZBiotics might help you feel better the next day. What it is, and I love this because I'm somebody who's trained as a biochemist, this is science making life better for people. This contains a probiotic that breaks down one of the byproducts of consuming alcohol. So acetaldehyde, for the nerds out there, is one of the things that makes you feel not so great after a night of drinking. This probiotic, this enzyme, breaks down acetaldehyde. So all you have to do, shake it, drink pre-alcohol, stay hydrated, get some rest, and hopefully you'll feel better the next day. So whether you're having some drinks with friends, or you're having some drinks while you barbecue, or you're gonna take a trip down the bourbon trail, give ZBiotics a try and see if it helps you to feel better the next day. If you're interested in ZBiotics, the link in my description will save you 15% and give you free shipping. So it's 15% off plus free shipping, and here's the best part, you get a 100% money back guarantee if you're not satisfied with the product. So if you're thinking about tipping a few back, maybe tip one of these back first and see how you feel the next day. Let me give you a little tour of the inside. All right, you guys just saw Ben. Right here are some sausages. So this is one of the coolest things. Masa flew out here all the way from the Bay Area, and he's making his signature salt and pepper sausage. Salt and pepper sausage does not sound impressive, but it's absolutely delicious. It's one of the things I've been most looking forward to. Anytime I see Masa, I always want some salt and pepper sausage. They're hanging right here. Here we have our handy dandy warmer. I always tell people this in videos. Restaurants use warmers. They hold food hot, like 140, 145 degrees, something like that, and it improves it. So if you look in here, we got a whole bunch of pork butts. We have some turkey. We have down here 12 briskets. We have bacon ribs. And that's not even all the proteins. We have sausages that we're doing. We're gonna make choripanes. We have Dubai tacos that we're making out of the brisket trim. So if you want to know how we cook the brisket, it's exactly the way I do it in the videos. The guys here helping me today, they've seen the content, don't have any secrets. So salt, pepper, seasoned salt on basically everything. And then an oak fire. So we're managing the fire, we're managing the cook in a way to get the results that we want. If we go back here to the kitchen, we'll see a little bit more of what's going on. First of all, we have lots of chimichurri. This is for the choripanes. So we used the grasa olive oil, we used red wine vinegar, and we used my buddy Al's chimichurri mix. I'm a huge fan of that. It's so convenient. We show up with a couple bottles, dump them in, add some red wine vinegar, let that soak, add the olive oil, mix it up, ready to go. So one of the coolest parts about what we get to do today is use these fresh tortillas. Instead of getting something that you buy at the store, it's been sitting on the shelf for weeks at a time, made fresh daily. And these are flour tortillas. When I did the Dubai taco video, I kept getting asked over and over again, are they flour tortillas or corn tortillas? They were flour, but the very best is fresh made, and that's what we're using today. Let's go take a look at the Blackstone that we're going to be using to make these Dubai tacos. Oh, one other interesting note is all the people who showed up today get to taste the real Dubai taco sauce. So I'm not allowed to share it publicly as kind of part of the deal, but I can make it. I just can't give you the recipe. But if you show up, you can taste the real recipe. Let's go see this Blackstone. Okay, the Blackstone is being put together right now. We had to get a new one. We have Joe, the owner of Canyon Joe's, doing yeoman's work here, putting it together. We're gonna change the flavor profile a little bit. We're not doing the Middle Eastern spices. We're gonna keep it simpler. So salt, pepper, seasoned salt, just because it's kind of a universal flavor profile that most everybody likes. Okay, next, let's go take a look at this huge smoker that's behind the fence here. It's a little different than anything I've seen, but it's really cool. Let's go check it out. Still open. Thanks, Ben. What a hero. Okay, so we have this humongous cabinet smoker, but it kind of operates like an offset smoker. So here's the firebox. It's insulated. It's crazy efficient. It reminds me of an M&M rotisserie in terms of how the firebox actually operates. So toss a log in there, it bursts into flame right away. But what this thing really affords you is tons and tons of space. So if we take a look right here, we see we have multiple racks. You can fit a tremendous amount of food in here. And the only thing that produces the heat is a wood fire. So you're not really sacrificing on the integrity of the flavor you can produce, but you have way more space. Now, I still love offset smokers. They're my favorite way to cook. I like the airflow in them, but I totally understand why this is so incredibly useful. So if you want to take a look right here, here we have a bunch of sausages that we put on, and these are going to get cooked in something like 40 minutes. So really fast, very efficient. There's a lot to commend this pit. So between these two pits, we cooked a whole bunch of meat, something like 10 proteins. So we have briskets, we have 3-bone beef ribs, we have pork ribs, we have bacon ribs, we have Dubai tacos that we're doing, we have salt and pepper sausage, we have choripanes, we have chicken thighs, we have turkey breast. We have a lot of food, and we use these two pits to cook it all. And so I have to say thank you to my guys who showed up to really help. Ben, Michael, and Masa. They did the lion's share of all the work, and I got to give a shout out to Justin. He's the pit master here. He's been showing up at 6 a.m., lighting fires, helping us out, showing us around, making sure we have everything we need. So without the combined effort of everybody involved, we wouldn't have been able to pull this off. And so I'm super grateful to all those people who made it possible. If you look up here, we have the menu, very fair prices. But today, the menu is different because we came in, we're taking over and kind of incorporating the things that we know and love in barbecue. But if you take a look over here, there's something I don't think the public has seen at all yet. What we have here is the Mad Scientist Barbecue Solution XL. It's the Solution, but bigger, so you have more space. You guys can see we have a 48-inch long cook chamber now. And this is a special Canyon Joe's edition, so we have a Canyon Joe's nameplate there. And if you look at this on the bottom, you see it's Mad Scientist Barbecue Solution XL and Canyon Joe's. If you take a look inside, you can see the laser cut grates that are going to come as part of this unit. So whether it's a Solution XL or the original Solution, we got them on the website, so you can go check them out. And we're building them quickly, building them in America, American jobs. So if that's something that's important to you, it might make a difference in your consideration of what might be a good purchase for you. Regardless, we're really proud of this. I really like the way it looks. I like how it performs. And I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy it. So one of the most criminally underrated barbecue items is turkey breast. A lot of people overlook it because brisket is a star or beef ribs are a star or kind of those common things you'd associate with barbecue. But with turkey, it's lean. If you do it right and use time and temperature to make sure that it's food safe, you can get it nice and tender, nice and juicy, really smoky on the outside. You don't have to dry it out. You don't have to cook it to death. But one of the really cool things about what we're doing today is we have a probe inside this turkey breast because we have to monitor those temperatures because we don't want to cook it to, say, 170 degrees to dry it out. But we have to know what temperature we're at and for how long. So we have the RFX probe in here, and it transmits through the 1/4-inch thick steel of this offset smoker, sends it right to the phone. I can track it, no problem. So at this point, we're gonna wrap these turkey breasts, and we're gonna wrap them with two things. One is butter, because that fat is gonna make everything seem juicier, and we're gonna add some hot honey. So we have a little bit of sweet and a little bit of heat that kind of balances out all the ingredients that we've put together. So it's relatively simple, but we have a few good, clean, pure flavors that really, I think, work nicely, especially in a barbecue setting. All right, guys, it's a little past 10:30 at this point. Doors are open. We have people lining up outside. So I'm going to be busy for the next few hours, but hopefully we can check in with you guys along the way. You guys can see what we're doing the smashed tacos, doing the choripanes, all that stuff. But I got to make sure that the people who showed up get great food and great service. So I'm going to be running around, but I'll update you as we go.
A social media sensation from Kentucky is taking over a Lincoln staple today to show off his barbecuing skills ahead of the Nebraska-Michigan football game. Jeremy Yoder, the talent behind Mad Scientist Barbecue, fired up the smoker at Canyon Joe's Barbecue downtown for an afternoon of ribs, briskets, and all things classified as good eats. The former science teacher shared with us his thesis behind what makes this food so good, using old-fashioned wood-fired smokers like the one at Canyon Joe's.
It's as old school gets. You build a fire and you use it to cook meat, and that's what I love. And they invited me out for one day. I get to cook my menu, and so I said absolutely. And we get to spend a day here cooking barbecue, meeting up with people who love barbecue. And then tomorrow we go to the football game, and it's just a great trip.
Aside from teaching others the science behind barbecue, Yoder also likes to make content experimenting with new ways of cooking in the hopes of making something great. Doors at Canyon Joe's close at 7, so there is still time to head out and try the food that's gained a cult following, but be warned, it's only available as supplies last.
All right, guys, it's time to give you an update. We got absolutely hammered for the lunch service, which was awesome, and thank you to everybody who showed up. I met people who drove in from Omaha, a few other places, and it was awesome to meet you guys. Got some gifts. Somebody gave me salami, which, thank you, I love salami. But this is where we are in the process of food service today. So we sold out of almost everything. Dubai taco, gone. Bacon ribs, gone. Beef ribs, gone. Brisket, gone. All we have left is a little bit of turkey and some of the pork ribs and pulled pork. So for dinner service, it's probably not going to last super long, but all things considered, you know, if we show up, cook a ton of food and sell out, that's good. And the response that we got from people on the different things that we cooked were generally very positive. And so it's just a privilege to be able to cook food I love making and serve it to people who appreciate it and enjoy it. So What we've got to do now is they have some sausages that they've made here at Canyon Joe's, and so in order to have more food available for dinner service, we're going to throw those on the smoker. So we're going to have some turkey, we're going to have some sausage, and some pork ribs that we're going to be able to serve for dinner, but we're probably going to have to wrap things up. All things considered, we had a great lunch and then started raining as it is now. But as we approach 5 o'clock, we're expecting to see another group of people come in. Hopefully we can serve them as much food as we possibly can, make it go as far as possible, and then clean up and go enjoy the football game tomorrow. So I just got to tell you guys, super grateful. A big thank you to Joe here at Canyon Joe's, all of his staff, Justin the pitmaster showing up early. Amazing. It was super, super helpful having the resources here and the people who are willing to help. Hopefully we can do this again in the future. If we do, maybe let me know where you'd want me to show up. It has been awesome. I'm super grateful for this opportunity. And now we go get ready for dinner service and then we'll wrap things up.